Police have arrested 90-day fiancé Matt Branis on suspicion of cheating Jasmine Pineda of her money. The star of the well-known reality show 90-Day Fiancé, Jasmine Pineda, has had to confront a challenging reality. She has seriously accused her boyfriend Matt Branis of defrauding her. Jasmine claims that Matt betrayed her confidence and utilized fraud to steal all of her money. After experiencing financial fraud and a violation of trust, Jasmine went straight to the police and lodged a complaint, accompanied by supporting documentation. Because of this, Matt Branis has been taken into custody by the police. In order to deter future fraud attempts, Jasmine has called for a thorough inquiry into the crime and harsh punishment. Viewers of 90-Day Fiancé have been talking about this incident a lot, and many of them have praised Jasmine's courage. Love was something Jasmine Pineda had always believed in. She eventually met Matt Branis, a charming and bright man who promised her the world, after years of heartbreak. On 90-Day Fiancé, their frenzied relationship won over fans' hearts. Because they thought they were witnessing a real love tale, fans cheered them on. However, cracks had already started to appear behind the scenes. Jasmine observed that Matt frequently sidestepped inquiries about money. He would shift the subject, offer justifications, or assert that he was handling matters for their future. Jasmine trusted him enough to give him access to her bank accounts and allow him to invest their money, which she had saved over the years via sacrifice and hard work. When Jasmine woke up one day, her accounts were empty. She called Matt, but no one answered. He was gone. Jasmine, devastated and bewildered, cobbled together contracts, text messages, and bank data. She was shocked to learn that Matt had meticulously deceived her by shifting her money into secret accounts and falsifying documentation. Jasmine filed a police report, driven by feelings of betrayal and sadness. Matt was found and taken into custody in a matter of days. As the police dragged him away in handcuffs, his composed exterior broke. Like wildfire, the news spread. Fans were taken aback. The show's charming, quiet man was now charged with grave financial crimes. Jasmine stood tall, nevertheless, despite the confusion. She became an advocate for fraud victims by using her voice to alert people to the perils of blind trust. Jasmine started to recover emotionally and financially as Matt awaited trial. She had discovered that respect for oneself should never be sacrificed for love. Even when the filming was over, Jasmine's true story was only getting started. Nevertheless, 90-Day Fiancé, the relationship is dynamic, according to Jasmine Pineda's startling new video with Matt Branis. In a new video, Jasmine Pineda of 90-Day The Last Resort discloses some shocking revelations about the type of connection she has with Matt Branis. Since their 2021 premiere on Before the 90 Days Season 5, Jasmine and Gino Palazzolo have been the main cast of 90-Day Fiancé. However, a few months after their wedding, Gino was dumped by Jasmine. After deciding to marry Gino in an open marriage, Jasmine had a child with the third. Jasmine maintains that they are not together despite living with Matt and their daughter Matilda. Despite sharing photos of themselves together, Jasmine has always refused to recognize Matt as her boyfriend. However, her most recent video shows a different aspect to their relationship. Recently, Jasmine expressed her gratitude to Matt for taking her and Matilda on a vacation. She has been posting pictures from her beach trip and her newborn photo sessions. She posted a video of herself sitting down with Matilda in her arms and filming herself while Matt fed her something from a bowl during these Instagram stories. Additionally, Matt showed up with a glass of alcohol and forcing Jasmine to take a taste. In the video, Jasmine appeared to be speaking to Matt, but she muted it by using a love tune. As soon as Jasmine stopped recording, Matt leaned in to kiss her. Jasmine gave minimal information about their relationship when she first introduced Matt as a buddy she made at the gym. She later acknowledged that she accepted Matt's offer to have sex after confiding in him about the lack of closeness in her marriage. Online allegations that Jasmine and Matt were living together and had been involved for a long time before filming The Last Resort were greatly strengthened by this statement. Fans swiftly dubbed Matt Jasmine's boyfriend, but Jasmine has maintained that she doesn't truly feel anything for him, leaving their relationship's actual nature a mystery. A different view of their relationship is presented by Jasmine's recordings of her kissing Matt. appears more comfortable giving him glimpses of everyday life now, frequently implying that things are better than they were with Gino. In one clip, Jasmine portrays Matt feeding her as a tender and romantic occasion. However, the manner she addresses him raises the possibility that it was manufactured. She almost seemed to be giving Matt instructions, perhaps to demonstrate her preference for him over Gino. The dynamic calls into question the sincerity of the connection. During their time together on 90 Day Fiancé, Jasmine had a history of controlling Gino. She used tears and dramatic acts to make Gino appear guilty, even though he wasn't, and she frequently raised her voice to achieve what she wanted, generally money. Gino was obviously being pushed past his breaking point, despite his awkwardness and introversion. Jasmine was able to exert control over the situation and even threatened to have an open marriage with Matt. It now looks like she might be doing the same with Matt on 90 Day The Last Resort, taking advantage of his sincere affections for her. But as Jasmine spun around in front of her bedroom mirror, getting ready for another video chat with Gino, the sun blazed down on Panama City's streets. Every time his name appeared on her screen, her pulse raced, but lately, something had seemed strange. Gino appeared aloof, preoccupied, even anxious. Jasmine was familiar enough with him to know when something wasn't right. For weeks, they had been organizing Gino's upcoming visit. Jasmine pictured him with his arms outstretched and grinning in a painfully endearing manner as he walked through the airport. But beneath Gino's apprehensive smile was a secret he had hidden and hoped would never come to light. Gino sat looking at an old, locked drawer at his apartment in Michigan. It had been years since he had opened it. There was a box with pieces of a life he never shared with Jasmine, photos, letters, and one legal document that had the potential to destroy everything. The key? Gino has previously been married. And twice, not once. Neither of his previous marriages had been disclosed to Jasmine. The second ended in betrayal, the first in anguish. Gino vowed to start over after his most recent divorce, with no falsehoods or baggage. However, he was unable to tell Jasmine the truth when they first met online. He was more afraid of losing her than anything else because of her fervor, her fire, and her fixation on loyalty. But Jasmine was no idiot. She came across the comment, "Glad to see you're doing well," even after what happened with Melissa, beneath one of Gino's older Facebook pictures one evening while perusing social media. Melissa? The name was like a splinter lodged in Jasmine's mind. She saw it as Gino slept that night. Her blood ran cold at what she discovered. An image from a wedding. Gino, younger, slimmer, stood beside a white-dressed, blonde woman. "Always and forever," the caption said. August of 2017. Jasmine didn't call the following day. He texted her, but she didn't respond. Gino went into a frenzy. He was aware that the time had come. When they did talk, Jasmine's tone was cold. "Who is Melissa?" There was a pause, an excessive one. "I was married," Gino said, his voice shaking, twice. "But because I didn't want to lose you, I didn't tell you." Jasmine burst into flames. "You lied to me because you didn't want to lose me." He made an effort to justify, explain, and apologize. Jasmine, however, had had enough. "To love you, I sacrificed everything," she murmured, her voice breaking. "And you were unable to tell me the truth." She hung up. Weeks went by. Gino did everything but fly to Panama himself, including sending voice notes, texts, and flowers. Jasmine remained silent. That is, until he got a voicemail one morning. "I still love you, Gino, but I don't trust you anymore," Jasmine remarked. "You had best come here if you want to win me back. In person. No more secrets." That day, Gino made a flight reservation. He was unaware, however, that Jasmine now had a secret of her own. The couples had come to the tropical resort for a final attempt to mend their relationships, but it was still a stressful evening. Gino paced the shared villa's balcony with a worried expression etched on his normally restrained face, the salty beach breeze unable to quench the fire burning in his chest. Downstairs, the others were enjoying cocktails while acting as though nothing was wrong. However, Gino's situation was anything but pleasant. Jasmine was inside trying on her fourth outfit as she prepared for dinner. She was aware that Gino had also observed that Matt had been talking to her a lot lately. The way Matt made fun of her jokes and gave her hair a little too much praise. Although Gino was no longer envious, he was aware that limits were being pushed. Gino finally lost his composure. Near the bar, he discovered Matt alone himself, enjoying a mojito and browsing through his phone. Gino's words pierced the atmosphere like thunder despite the low lighting. With his arms folded, Gino muttered, "Matt, we must speak." Curious but perplexed, Matt looked up. "Yes, sir. What's going on?" Gino leaned closer. "Look, I've observed how you gaze at Jasmine. I understand what's going through your mind. I need you to understand something, but I'm not accusing you of anything just yet." Matt's eyebrow went up. "All right. You better use a condom if you and Jasmine ever do anything," Gino added softly. Matt coughed and choked on his drink. "Hold on, what? What are you saying, Gino man?" "I'm simply saying that I won't go crazy if this relationship between you two goes the way I think it may. However, you should be wise about it. Put on a condom. Show her respect. Show me respect." Uncertain if Gino was being serious or experiencing an emotional breakdown, Matt blinked. "Do you allow me to have sex with Jasmine?" "I'm not asking for permission. I'm giving you advice," Gino stated. "We're receiving therapy. We're investigating limits. Jasmine and I have discussed the topic of openness. However, there are guidelines, and you must follow them if you want to participate in that discussion." With amazement, Matt leaned back. "Whoa. All right, that's a lot to process." Jasmine confronted Gino later that evening. "Matt was advised to use a condom by you? Are you serious?" Gino nodded, attempting to remain composed. "I no longer wish to exert control over you. I won't stop you if this is what you want. However, I will not allow it to be reckless." Jasmine gazed at him with admiration and rage mixed together in her eyes. "Gino, you've changed. You're still strange, though." She stuffed a little silver package inside her purse before storming off. The camera zoomed out as the waves smashed against the rocks and the sun sank over the resort. This was no ordinary tropical vacation. Everyone was now operating under their own rules, and this was the last resort. Greetings, dear viewers, greetings from my channel. I'm Amelia. I hope you're having a great day. Remember to subscribe to the channel if you enjoy the video.